different format of the game. You need to give yourself a chance to spend some time out there in the middle. Get it up.
So it's Prabsimran Singh who's going to face the first delivery.
We are all first for the very first delivery, and the umpire says play. He's at back of the length, gets off the mark. India are on their way in the second game. Well, the Afghanistans, it'll be a good test for them, isn't it, Rajiv? Especially against these aggressive batters.
Aggressive, and it's the universal baby boss, Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Got 13 runs in the first game with...
He played some delightful strokes through the offside. And he's one of them. He gets off with glory. What a gracious shot that was. He starts things off with a nice boundary through the covers.
Just like in the first game, first ball goes for a boundary. Vaibhav Suryavanshi gets a freebie, lot of width on it as he swing, but plenty of width for him to free his arms and then cut away towards the extra cover region. One extra man.
It was the same strategy the Sri Lankan bowlers used as well, to bowl across the left-hand batter. That smashed. That sounded so good off the bat. Make it 2-2 for the universal baby boss.
What a start for him. Couple of boundaries, 2 freebies, same shot. And India A off to a flying start. Again with similar length, but the width on offer for Vaibhav Suryavanshi. He just punched on it.
Abdullah. A quick single. Oh, misfield. Make it 5 runs. This is absolutely disappointing. You need to be much more on top of your toes when it comes to this level of cricket.
Yes, indeed, that overthrows. 5 runs in the total. 5 runs for Vaibhav Suryavanshi, shy at the stumps. That would have been a little close. And then poor bit of fielding out there at mid-on by the fielder.
And what a shot that is. Well, you could have a look at that all 7 days of the week. Such a classical cover drive.
Gets his first boundary. Prabsimran Singh. Runs are flowing for India A. Pitched up delivery, driven handsomely through extra cover region. And this outfield, as always say, Rangiri Damul outfield is very, very quick. Look at that top hand in the front foot. Driven nicely and firmly along the ground. With Abdul, these two openers are very attacking and aggressive. When it comes to the power play, they could be very dangerous towards the right-hander.
Couple of steps down the ground. That looks crystal clear. What a lovely shot that was. Make it another boundary.
It's Atsu outside the off stump on that occasion for Prabsimran Singh. Look at where he stands outside the crease, and then width on offer once again from Afghanistan bowlers, and he hammers it nicely through the offside for another boundary. He moves to double figures with that, and the score moving to 29. This is a very good start, promising start for India A.
Five runs coming off. There you go. Throws the kitchen sink at it, and he collects another boundary. You're not going to stop this young kid if you keep bowling that length outside your stump.
Another boundary. Once again, lot of width. And he flashes it outside the off stump. And if you're bowling at Vaibhav Suryavanshi, you can't give width a run, because he loves the offside. He has developed the offside well. In his early days, he loves the leg side, the onside more often, but now he has been very good on the offside. So that's a true class of a batter.
Yeah, lots of expectations. Millions of eyes on this young kid. High stakes. So he carries a lot of pressure walking into this series because he clearly knows that all eyes are on him.
Oh, once again, one bounce, Vaibhav Suryavanshi. No need invitations for him when there's width on offer on the offside. That's another boundary.
Well, that's his fourth boundary, and all four boundaries coming on the offside. So that's a story to tell you. That's how much he has grown up as a kid. He has got to that level of maturity, adapting to the conditions. Poor bowling. This is not good at all. You know, problems for the Afghanistan bowlers. Beautiful. Just a punch off the back foot. The outfield will do the rest. Make it another boundary.
A lovely batting. This is very good batting. Margin for errors on this surface. And there you see good of meat from Prop Simran Singh. Leans on it nicely. He stands a little outside the crease, the batting stance. Helps it along nicely. Good timing. Placement was perfect. So now there's a field change. Deep point drops back into the fence with a short third being placed. That's the area where Prab Simran likes the most on the offside. There's protection right now. Flash at it on the offside. But what you need to do is land on the fourth stumps. Bring that ball from the middle stump. Ibrahim gets that swing. But he needs to be very careful. There's no protection.
Gets the outside edge. Valiant effort, but goes in vain. This is what we were talking about over and over again. The outfield at the Rangiri Dambulla Stadium. It values you a lot if you're a batter.
That's a perfect delivery. But there's no slip. Vaibhav Suryavanshi gets that outside edge and then the ball's flying towards the boundary line.
There you go. That's his leg side game. 50 up on the board for India in style. Vaibhav Suryavanshi, yes, the pace was taken off, but that was clearly intentional. He dragged it from outside the odd stump.
Yeah, it was a short delivery. And from outside the off stump, didn't get a full meat on it. Hitting the bottom of the bat, but enough timing, enough meat. And there's no protection like I mentioned on the leg side. And it's a freebie once you go over the 30-yard circle.
The Afghanistan bowlers straight away under pressure conditions, especially after that Sri Lankan game. They couldn't get off to a good start, but look at Rajiv, how these batters have changed their game, given themselves some damage he will do. Lovely shot. That's pure timing. That's pure class. Keep power aside. This young man, he has a lot in himself.
Yeah, beautiful shot once again. Photogenic. The top hand clearly coming in. There you see. Brilliant. And enough time when the ball hits right off his middle of the bat for it to run away quite easily if he can place it. That's what Vaibhav has done. And this is where universal baby ball
there for a longer period of time because they'll take the game away from you. Once again, just that mistake. Goes full wide outside the off stump. And the baby boss, he will not let them go alone.
Yeah, touch too full once again. And with the deep point fielder out there in the boundary line, he made sure that was struck a little front of square. And that bat swing coming in. And He has a very, very quick back swing. Vaibhav Suryavanshi has moved to 39 in just 18 deliveries. Oh, once again, lovely bit of timing. Another boundary for Prop Simran Singh. India A off to a very, very flying good start.
We'll take your pencils out. Keep drawing. Look at that. A lovely punch off the front foot. Just pure timing and placement. They have been in the field. Lovely elbows. Both the batters, they haven't really tried to do anything fancy. They're playing through the line.
Hard. But what they have adjusted themselves is very positive. They're attacking, or if the ball is on their zones, they will go for their boundary. Yeah, lovely shot, lovely bit of timing once again. Punch on the back foot, and Vaibhav Suryavanshi gets his 9th boundary.
Well, he's enjoying himself. Look at that, beautiful, isn't it? Just a punch, a gentle push. You can't call it a punch. It was a gentle push. Wrist work. A bit of work for the fielder. He'll cut it off. Will be just the 1 run.
Yeah, once again, an expensive over, 15 runs of it. And this is a very, very good start for India A. Iran, Tilak Verma, maybe he thought 290 was a very good score on the surface, but I reckon it's
from this young man. Really. Well, there you go. Success for the Afghan bowler Abdullah. He finally gets Suryavanshi, who was trying to run that down to third man, and he's got the edge, and that's the end of the young man. As we say, a good morning to Roshan.
Good morning, Kosala, and good morning all. I think that was very casual, wasn't it? Absolutely casual, the way he approached it. He'll be terribly disappointed. Just look at this. He was not, it was a nothing shot really. He just looked to play the ramp, just a little touch, the perfect, I wouldn't say start, but that was what Afghanistan was after. They've got a wicket, and the wicket of Vaibhav Suryavanshi. And India A lose their first wicket. Suryavanshi goes, and it is 74 for 1.
One bounce over.
Priyansh Arya, he will join Singh. So there are no two strangers out there. They've opened the batting in the LPL. Oh, this one's gone over square, and that will be a maximum for Arya. You just can't afford to bowl on that length on this surface.
First, let's take a look at the stroke of the batter. That was meat and drink. Banged in short, plenty of time. Just look at the time he has. He doesn't even go onto the back foot. You will generally want that extra millisecond. But no problem there. He had enough time to play that shot. And nicely done. So last ball of the over, Afghanistan really struggling against the Indian batters.
And this time fuller, but a dot ball will end over number 8. India, 82 for 1.
Nicely done. Beautifully done. See, he just again hit it on the up. Brilliant timing and a boundary from the moment it left the bat.
Well, this surface looks good. It's coming on to the bat. And the batters are not afraid to play on the up. Driving the placement was fantastic. And it was 4 runs the moment it left the bat, for sure. So Afghanistan needs to adjust on that length a little.
Yeah, definitely. They need to look at the length a lot, and they also need to look at mixing it up. They've been a little bit predictable, and they've been put away quite easily by the Indian batters. So they'll learn, because this is a learning experience as far as Afghan cricket is concerned.
They will look for 2 here. And they will quite comfortably get it. Well, just look at that, Roshan, a boundary in the previous over. He didn't want to just be satisfied with the single. He was pushing for the second.
That's also, we talk about innings.
Beautifully done. But he will find the fielder. Once again, trying to play on the up. That's a big wicket where Afghanistan is concerned. Arya will be very disappointed because his eyes lit up when he saw that ball. But then the execution was poor.
Well, I think the timing was all right. Just found the fielder. Very unfortunate. But Afghanistan won't complain. Very, very important. They've got 2 now. And it is Arya who goes for 8. And India now 88 for 2. So obviously, it's a length. Oh, that's well played. Very well played. See, this was what was concerning me with their field. Because that's a boundary. Because you have a deep third and you have a deep extra cover. Mid-off, mid-on inside. So what's the length? You can't pitch it up. And if you bowl short, this is what happens. Because there is no cover behind point, and the bowler is not expressed by any means. So the batter has played.
A lovely shot. Lovely shot. What a handsome way to get his half century. And Prabhsimran Singh is on a major role here.
Yeah, a touch too full once again from Zahir Khan with the mid-off up in the circle. I think that was a hit-me ball. And Prabhsimran Singh was up to the task. 50 of 39 balls, 8 boundaries. The important fact is striking at 128.2, Rajiva. This is just the start the Indians needed.
Oh, that's the wrong one. What I feel on the surface. Oh, deft touch once again, guiding towards the deep third region. Misfield. Oh, we'll take a look at that definitely. Yes, with the misfield, helps along towards the boundary. Expensive over. Gets another boundary for Prabhsimran Singh. 11 runs coming off it. 14 overs done. India A 120.
India A really needed.
Advances down the track. 1 bounce. Over mid-off. Gets another boundary. He's taking charge here. Prabhsimran Singh is on a different role today.
Yeah, he's got his dancing shoes on. Prabhsimran Singh. He's got to his 50. And now he's looking to take on the bowlers. He knew mid-off was up in the circle. And he knew they were bowling on the good length. He danced down and went over that mid-off fielder set for another boundary. Prabhsimran Singh looking in red-hot form.
Side. Through mid-off. Gets another boundary for Prabhsimran Singh.
In the mid-off fielder. And another welcome boundary to Prabhsimran Singh. He's looking good. And the foundation has been laid for India A.
A flighter delivery once again, playing through the line. Now, a lot of pressure. The 6 been conceded. Oh, lovely. Lovely bit of timing. Prabhsimran Singh is batting brilliantly so far. 16 overs done. India A 140.
Gaikwad rotating the strike.
Oh, full toss once again. Slight misfield from the bowler itself. And Prabhsimran Singh gets another boundary downtown straight.
Yeah, you need to expect these kind of balls from the wrist spinners, but he's been doing this too many times. He's giving freebies to the Indian batters, and every time there's a dot ball pressure building up, there's a boundary that comes from the
Once again, full toss.
Era.
But beats the fielder at mid-on. Gets another boundary for Prop Simran Singh. He moves to 73.
Yeah, carbon copy of a couple of balls ago. Once again, a full toss driven straight back past the ball. So that's the safest place to hit the cricket ball. And Prab Simran Singh has got a couple of boundaries in the same area, same region, and off the same type of ball. So.
Oh, loud appeal. The finger goes up. Commentators curse. We were just praising him.
Do you honestly believe that?
I have to believe.
Varsha, Abdullah.
A misfield, and that will go for a boundary. Poor work in the deep at long off. That should have been definitely saved. He's given 2 extra runs to the Indian team. The captain will be very disappointed with that. It's a boundary to Tilak Varma. Take a look at this again.
Yeah, this is not going to help Afghanistan's case here. You see a full toss. That was the first error, and then a misfield. That was pretty lethargic from the field on that occasion. Just
365 runs. With these two batters out there in the middle. Quick single. Very well run between the wickets, but it's the second time in this innings where we could see that there is no player behind backing up.
Yeah, no backing up. And 3 runs for Gaikwad there. Pushing for the quick single. Shy at the stumps, a little wayward, but no backing up. You'll take a look at this here. They're pushing for the quick single. Well, 2 fielders are ball watching. They were not covering up.
Bas.
Well, that tells you a story. Beautifully placed. True back foot of point. That's 4 more runs for Tilak Varma. Short and wide and punished.
A lovely shot. Lovely placement. He just needed to pass that cow point fielder. And once again, with on offer for Tilak Varma. He gets another boundary. A lot of freebies from Afghanistan bowlers there. You see, lovely bit of placement, timing coming in. And races a line.
And this time, Gaikwad tries to go big. And, well, he managed to hold on to that. But that's a big wicket. And this is the only time I saw Gaikwad lose his patience.
Yeah, he was looking to go over mid-wicket. Obviously, the mid-wicket area was open. Worth taking another look at that. Whether he bowled it slower, whether he looked to roll his fingers on top of the ball. Let's take a look. It's difficult to say from this angle, but I think that was bowled slower. I think cutter. And Gaikwad was looking to go over the top. Well, second attempt, he would have felt that his heart popped out. But he did well to hold on. Yeah, but another fine innings from Rutraj Gaikwad. Very, very fine player, no doubt. Out for 66. India, 245 for 4.
Good, very good delivery. That found the outside edge. It's a first ball duck for Ayush Badoni. But the Afghan bowlers are pumped up.
They definitely are, but this is a big wicket. I say big because back-to-back big wickets for Afghanistan. And perfect length for the new batter. That's what we spoke about even earlier. When Gaikwad came in, the first delivery was a boundary, back of a length. But look at this length. You couldn't have asked for a better delivery. If you look at Ayush's feet movement, his feet went nowhere. He wasn't sure, actually. It's a very, very good length. Didn't have to play, but the very first ball just got tempted. Poked his bat. Unfortunate. Ayush Badoni out without scoring. India now half of the side out for 245.